It is our third generation scoring pylon constructed in 2014. It stands just over 92 feet tall and has interactive LED lighting that can show the positions of all drivers competing in a race, along with the ability to display animations and other video graphics. There has been a pylon like the one you see near this general location since 1959. On the left is the entrance to the garage area and famed gasoline alley. The concrete structures you see were constructed in 1986, but there have been garages in that location since 1914. The garages located directly off pit lane were constructed in the year 2000 for Formula One and are currently used by NASCAR. The Speedway has seen many celebrities through its gates, from Hollywood screen legends Clark Gable, Shirley MacLaine, Paul Newman, and James Garner, to more modern-day well-knowns like Lady Gaga, Chris Hemsworth, Matt Damon, and Christian Bale. You never know who you might run into within the 2.5-mile confines. Here we are in Turn 1, known by many around the globe as the toughest turn in all of motorsports. Try to picture on race day 33 open-wheel cars tightly packed and traveling well over 200 miles an hour, all vying to fit through this narrow corner. I think you'll come to an appreciation as to why it has earned that reputation. To the left lies a large video board located just beyond the road course extension within the turn. There are numerous boards like this one of varying sizes placed throughout the facility. Nearly every seat within the Speedway has a vantage point of one of these state-of-the-art screens to follow the action on track. This brings us back to where we started. Congratulations, you have completed a lap around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Your average speed was somewhere around 20 miles an hour, not factoring in our stop at the Bricks. The fastest official lap ever turned here was by Ari Lyondike in 1996, slightly faster, averaging over 237 miles an hour. As we make our way back to the museum, please remember to take time and watch the video within the Tony Hulman Theater. If interested in climbing into an actual Indy car and having your picture taken, we have one available. It's in the North Museum exhibition area on the right-hand side. Though located within the Speedway, the museum is a separate not-for-profit foundation. Any funds or donations acquired are put toward maintaining our world-class automobile collection and the continual operation of the track tours. It's our pleasure to show the wonders of this historic venue to visitors from across the globe daily. We hope you enjoy your time here at the Speedway and in our city. Thanks for joining us on our tour, and we'll see you all out here on race day sometime soon.
How I long for my Indiana home.
Okay. In 1996, a guy by the name of Ari Lyondike, he actually did an unofficial lap of 241 miles an hour. Never got close to ever since. He was driving a V8 Ford Cosworth turbocharged, and the motors started getting too expensive. So those who could afford the motors would win, and we don't want to be like Formula One, where he with the most money wins a race. So today we're driving V8 Hondas or Chevrolets. Both of them are turbocharged. Both of them are the same horsepower and the same torque, and they're sealed so no one can mess with them. We have a Dallara chassis, which is made in Italy and is assembled right across the street here at Speedway. The chassis are all the same, but then of course there's hundreds of combinations of wings and so on and so forth. That's where the engineers come in to make a car fast. Also, a guy can not only the driver has to be lucky, he has to be a good driver, plus also the people in his pit. He can easily lose a race or win a race by the people in his pit. Compare that to the first race in 1911. A guy by the name of Ray Haroon drove the Marmon Wasp, which you'll see in the museum. He did 7 hours at 75 miles an hour and used 31 gallons of oil to win the race. You'll see in his right hand there's a little pump. He's pumping oil on the motor as he goes around to lubricate it. There's 40 cars in the first race, all of them pumping oil on their motors. Guess where the oil went after it lubricated the motor on the track. So the bricks are pretty much laid like a cobblestone street, covered with oil. The car had basically an old spring off of some kind of a horse-drawn wagon. They didn't have shock absorbers because they hadn't been invented yet. They only had rear-wheel brakes because they weren't required to have four-wheel brakes until 1922. So I figured 7 hours of that kind of a combination, that's what I always say, that's when men were men. Okay? If you can imagine, you'll see that in the car. He also had the first rear-view mirror ever put on an automobile. So it was sort of funny if you read all the history, what happened back in the early days. So folks, IMS.com will give you all the information, and we'd like for you to come back and see a race, and we thank you for coming today. And as I tell everybody, if you like the tour, my name's Larry. If you didn't like the tour, my name's George. Okay? So guys, let's be careful getting off the bus.